Okay, so what I did here was I already went through and we created a new weapon for Jiro to hold on to. And we want to add some empties here. So this empty is actually going to be the left hand. And I'm going to create another collection, move that into it. I'm going to name that Locators so we can keep our scene nice and clean. And I'm going to Shift A, create another empty. We'll scale that up so we can see it real well. And we'll name this weapon. So now we want to parent the weapon or parent the locator to the weapon. So we'll go ahead, we'll select the child, select the parent, Control P, keep transform. So now just undo that. Select the child, select the parent, which I did backwards last time. Keep transform. So this time if we grab we can also rotate and everything moves correctly. So now from this point, you have the hand set up, you have the weapon set up. We need a locator, and we'll actually name this sword. So we need an offset. So we'll take our locator here, Shift D to duplicate, escape. And then we'll name this underscore offset. And then we'll command select the locator or control select, and then Control P, keep transform. So you'll see that the offset, we grab that, allows us to move it wherever we need. Grab this one, follows along. Actually, we did that backwards again. So redo it. So now if we grab the offset, we grab the weapon itself, we still have that parent constraint. Now what we want is we want the weapon and the left hand to go together. So we take the weapon, we select the left hand, control select the weapon offset, And then we come down here at a constraint. And it's transformation. And then we set the target to the weapon offset. So now if we come and we move this, just trying to make sure that I have it right here. So we'll get rid of that constraint. So that's going to be the weapon. This one will be the offset. So if we grab the weapon, we grab the offset, move it around and whatnot. And the thing about this is that this actually allows us to set another pivot point. So if we take this one here and we slide that down, look what happens to this. That becomes our pivot point. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure that the weapon actually goes to the hand. So I'm going to take and this is something that I've done before, but I want to make sure that I do it correctly. So we'll hide the offset. And then in here for left hand, we want that to go to the weapon location. And you see it snap to it. So it's the opposite of what we want. So we select the weapon location, copy transforms, and then we select the left hand. And that actually copy location. So now if we go ahead and we select the rig here, let's just make sure. And then if we take constraint 0, it doesn't hold it. So this will allow us to actually pick things up. And if we have it here, we can do the weapon offset. We'll turn that on. There we go. Set that up here. So we grab the rig again. And the hand actually moves. We do have to make sure that it follows along with that. So that's something that we need to work on. And we'll take a look here. I'll actually take this one, fix the rotation on it. And we'll actually make another, so we'll duplicate that. Call this offset. That needs to be a child of that one. Control P, keep transform. So that follows along. And then we have the hand offset. Okay, so now that we have that, parent, child, Control P. actually undo that. So here's where we set up the constraint. So we want the offset to control the location. And then apply all transforms. I think that's what we missed before. And that way we have that happening. Pick the offset. And then if we come in, we take the offset, we set all that back to 0, goes back to the hand. So now if we do copy transforms and we set the target to the sword, so let's see. There we go. So left hand, we need to apply the transforms to that. Okay, so that's doing kind of what we want, but it's scaling. So we don't want it to scale. That should put it right where we want it. Now if we go to weapon offset, and there's something that I'm missing. Okay, that's what we're missing was the rotation. So if we go to the offset, so that has everything right where we need it. And we can use pivot. And if we need to, we can use this offset, slide it forward. That still keeps what we're doing here. So I know that was a little confusing. But this way, if we want to take our constraint and we want to put it to 0, we basically make both of these 0. It puts it back where it was. And I'm going to try this to make sure that we get right back where we need to be. So we can set that. Yeah, that works. So I know that was a little bit of work there. But it makes it really flexible. So like I said, this way, if we move our arm, rotate, anything like that, we can rotate the hand down. And we can even take the offset, can rotate that. And we can animate these locators too. So I'll do a more concise video that shows better how to go through and set all this up. But for right now, you know, this should help you in, getting your sword connected to your hand and being able to move the sword around pretty freely. And then we'll take and we'll do something with swapping hands and things of that nature. So I hope this helped, and I will see you guys next time.